Hi, my name is Rory. I'm the Senior Communications Officer with the Critical Language Scholarship Program at American Councils for International Education.
And hi, I'm Jake, a program officer with the CLS program at American Councils.
We are going to walk you through what it takes to be a successful applicant for the CLS program overseas and how to write strong application essays.
You can find detailed selection criteria for the CLS program on our website at clscholarship.org/applicants/selection. Keep these selection criteria in mind while drafting your essays. To craft a successful application, you will need to answer four main questions for the reviewers. First, how does the CLS program and studying your target language contribute to your future academic or professional career goals? Applicants come from every discipline, not just international relations or language studies, but medicine, engineering, business, and even the arts. Successful applicants connect their language study to their career goals. Take time to reflect on how learning the language and culture aligns with your academic or professional path. You might not know your exact career path, but use this space to share ideas about the professional field in which you envision yourself. Be ambitious, but realistic, and avoid generalities.
If you're a first or second year student, think about what kind of impact you would like to have during your career and map out a plan. Research what people in your field are doing globally. Later on in life, your plans may change, but you should show in your application for CLS that you've given serious thought into your future and that you're committed to your goals. If you're a graduate student, it should be easier to flesh out your career goals. Aim to present more concrete career plans.
Remember that reviewers are generally not experts in your field, so you'll need to clearly explain how your studies or career goals connect to your language. Consider also how you will use the cultural knowledge you will acquire in your future career. What does being culturally competent mean to you, and how will it help you succeed in a global workforce?
Second, how will you contribute to the CLS program's goal of citizen diplomacy and mutual understanding? As a CLS participant, you'll represent the United States abroad. What aspects of your character, identity, or background will you share to broaden the host community's understanding of American society? Consider the strengths and qualities you possess that will allow you to serve as a bridge between cultures, fostering not only communication, but also mutual understanding. You'll also want to reflect on what you would bring back to your community in the US. What is one thing that you want to learn about the host community, and how will you share that knowledge upon your return?
Third, how will you succeed in the challenging academic and cultural environment of the CLS program? Your life experiences and the challenges you have faced make you unique. Reviewers want to hear about how these experiences have prepared you for the challenges of CLS. Think of a time in the past when you adapted to a new environment or culture. Consider examples from within your hometown or college campus, or maybe experiences you have had with international travel. How did you overcome these challenges? Before answering, try listing the strategies you use when approaching new situations and brainstorm how they might apply to your CLS experience.
And lastly, how have you demonstrated an interest in learning your target language so far, and how will you continue to honor that commitment after your CLS program concludes? Explain the steps you've taken to study your chosen language and culture, whether through formal classes, self-study, or community interactions. If you're a beginner, describe how you've cultivated your interest in the language and culture, watching films, listening to music, or speaking with local speakers. You'll also need to outline your plan for continuing your language study after the CLS program. CLS sees language learning as a lifelong pursuit, so show how you've thought about how to keep these skills going beyond your program.
We recommend spending time reflecting on these four questions before drafting your responses. Stay on topic and use these questions as reference points. Share your essays with family, friends, or mentors for feedback.
Now let's look at each essay question. Short essays are limited to 300 words each, so use your space wisely and make sure each response is distinct. The personal statement has a 500-word maximum.
A key goal of the CLS program is to broaden and increase the number of Americans speaking critical languages in order to build a deeper understanding between the people of the United States and other countries. The first short answer prompt is your chance to show how you will contribute to this goal. The prompt asks, how might your experiences, perspectives, and/or background contribute to your role as a citizen diplomat and the overarching mission of building mutual understanding in your host community? How do you plan to contribute to the mission of building mutual understanding and represent your host community upon returning to the United States?
The first question asks how your experiences, perspectives, and/or background will help you serve as a citizen diplomat and contribute to building mutual understanding in your host community. Reflect on what sets you apart and how your life experiences uniquely prepare you for this role. Consider what aspects of your background you'd like to share, whether typically American or those that challenge stereotypes. The second question asks you to think beyond the CLS experience and consider the impact on your community back home. What are you eager to learn about your host culture, and why is it something others should find important or interesting?
The second prompt asks for the following. What challenges do you anticipate while participating in an intensive language-focused program, living in an overseas host community, and learning in a cohort-based environment? What knowledge, skills, and experience will you draw on to meet these challenges? Give an example of a situation that required you to interact with people who are different from you, or a situation that was unfamiliar in the past. Please explain what knowledge, skills, and experiences you drew on to navigate the challenge and what you took away from the situation.
This essay requires you to first demonstrate that you understand the challenges of the CLS program and identify which aspects will be most challenging for you. Evaluators want to see examples of how you've successfully adapted in unfamiliar situations and interacted with people from different backgrounds. Again, take plenty of time to reflect. How will this environment challenge you in new ways? Consider your past experiences, academic, professional, or personal. What skills, strategies, or coping mechanisms helped you adapt and succeed? By drawing on concrete examples of how you've responded to new environments, you'll demonstrate the adaptability and self-awareness that are key to succeeding in the CLS program.
The CLS program seeks to support students who are committed to acquiring a high level of linguistic and cultural knowledge. You will be asked to address the three questions in this prompt. What opportunities, if any, have you taken advantage of in pursuit of studying your target language? Have you faced any barriers in your attempts to pursue study of your target language? How does CLS fit into your plan to develop proficiency in your target language? How will you continue to study and engage with your target language after the CLS program?
Language learning is a process, and CLS is just one step. Make a persuasive case explaining your enduring interest in the language and show you've already thought about your next steps after CLS. For the final question, research the options available to continue developing your language skills. Be proactive and creative. Don't dwell on the limitations of language study in your community. Instead, emphasize how you plan to overcome those challenges. Consider the next steps in your language learning journey, whether that's pursuing graduate studies, joining a local conversation group, engaging in online courses, or language exchanges. Show that you're committed to finding opportunities regardless of the obstacles. Finally, you'll need to prepare a personal statement that addresses why you should be selected for a CLS award. The personal statement asks the following questions. Why are you interested in your target language and the region where it is spoken? Why is CLS the best avenue to pursue these interests? What are your academic and professional goals? How will you make the most of your CLS experience to reach these goals? What qualities, perspectives, and/or experiences do you bring to the program and to your cohort? Why do they make you a good candidate for the CLS program?
This section offers the most space in your application to explain why you're an ideal fit for CLS, so be strategic in your approach. Clearly anticipate why mastering this language is essential to your specific academic and professional goals. Show how CLS fits into the trajectory of your studies and career, and why it's the best way for you to further your aspirations. Additionally, consider whether there are personal motivations for learning your target language that you haven't been able to highlight in other essays. This is your opportunity to convey the full scope of your commitment, enthusiasm, and readiness for the program. Think about how you can answer not just why CLS is important to you, but also why your participation matters. Why should US taxpayers invest in you? How will this opportunity benefit your community and country in the long run?
Ultimately, your personal statement should not only address the three specific questions, but also serve as a cohesive conclusion that ties together the themes of your entire application. This is your chance to make a compelling case for why you are the best candidate for CLS, academically, professionally, and personally. Strengthen your argument by reinforcing the idea that your participation will have positive ripple effects far beyond your individual experience.
Before you start writing, reflect on your motivations. Why are you applying to CLS, and how does it fit into your long-term goals? Be sure to allow yourself time to refine your essays and get feedback. Applicants who make clear, concise, and compelling arguments have the best chance of success. And remember, don't forget to proofread your essays before you submit.
Thank you for watching this video on application tips for the CLS program. The application is available now at clscholarship.org/apply. There you can find more resources to assist you as you apply, including an essay worksheet to help you plan your essay responses. Applicants must remember to prepare unofficial transcripts, essay responses, and the personal statement. The application deadline is November 19th at 8 p.m. Eastern or 5 p.m. Pacific time.
If you have a question that you can't find the answer to, please write to us at cls@americancouncils.org. Thank you for your interest in the program, and we look forward to seeing your application.